Hello, my name is Jamie Campbell and this is Budman. The story I'm doing today is Disc of Thrones. This is episode 3, part 2. You're gonna have to carry Sansa and Indica. They're staying at the Forgotten Horse Hotel on Moorporky High Street, and the rest of us will come as soon as you take the lead. Bronn picked Sansa up and swung her onto his shoulders. As for the Ginger Resistance, Indica had found a car and was demanding him to pull it. She made herself comfy. Catelyn and Doobie with Buddha were all making up the rear. You know, one of these days there will be an uprising, and no amount of holding the people to a knife's edge will work anymore, Vapour Vein, Catelyn said to seemingly nobody. Let's hope tomorrow is not when it happens. We all want a wedding success, Buddha said. Look at Indica. She's so proud of being a part of his family. I mean, Rincewind is a potential leader, Doobie said. Bronn reached the doors of the Forgotten Horse Hotel and put Sansa down. Then he watched her be sick and said, "Thanks for not doing that on me. New armour, you see, and new boots." He could see the Ginger Resistance at the bottom of the road, being followed as he pulled the car with Indica, who was shouting at the women behind, and turning to the Ginger Resistance while he was going to task on the cart, saying stuff like anyone who overheard knew she had had too much to drink. The Ginger Resistance pulled up to the hotel. Indica got off and walked to Sansa, linked arms with her, and dragged her to her room. "Bye, ladies," Bronn said, and the Ginger Resistance, "I'm exhausted. She didn't make it easy for me." They walked off and passed Doobie and Buddha and Catelyn. As they did, they inquired the time that they should appear tomorrow. The women said, "Meet us at the cathedral at 11 a.m. We hope to have the vows at 2, and the reception at the Barrel Full of Hope in the Yankean roadside street square," Doobie said. She then, "Don't look too smart. Most of us are already in the outfits we'll be wearing." The men walked into the quiet night, and the women into the hotel. Outside the bride's hotel room, more drinking games were had. Angua Snow joined them, and Indica and Sansa told her what she had missed. Angua said, "We will have to do it again sometime, with me. Sorry, girls, I had work." She was for the first time alone with her best friends, or her sisters as she knew them. "I'm engaged to a Lannister," Angua Snow said. As for all he said about the wedding is that he wants it to be at the Ramtops or at Winterfell. Somewhere where he can take time out and have a holiday at the same time. He's nearly always about the work, but he makes me his escape, said Angua Snow. "Is Seol the man you expected when you set off for Moorpork, King's Landing, and signed up for the City Watch?" Sansa said, and added, "When you always were really hard to please when it came to men in Winterfell at Ramtop Mount. No heroes ever came to visit who were even half worthy. And so you find one from the city, did you? A Lannister?" Clatch Sphinx to the eastern reaches of the Discworld. Skunk Targaryen is hosting a meeting of the Harem, which includes Paranoia and Starlight, who are the female assassins of the city of Thebes. In Clatch, the other women were Tumbleweed and Highland Heather. They were nobles. One, Tumbleweed, had moved to Clatch to stick with her friend, the Queen of Dragons, Khaleesi Skunk. And Highland Heather was a pirate queen from the Pirate Isles. She'd come to the collection of the female prowess, a party at least. As for Chronic, he was the main attraction. The status of him and Skunk was non-exclusive. She had her own opinion on him. An opinion a bit like, "He's not Budman, but he ain't half ready. I mean, if I was to have a child with him, would it be even worth it? Because when Budman gets here, he would want me, surely. I don't want to marry Chronic, I just don't know him as well as some. And to be honest, I don't want a non-royal man to forge into a king. No, I want a non-royal man to forge into a king. Not one to give me a name of a family, but a free man to show me the life and for me to raise his to the degree of king, Skunk said to Paranoia and Starlight. Do you want either of us to present an out for him? He's quite a man, to give you a bit of credit, but if you give him to one like me, said Starlight, I'll school him in the real power of dragons using the power of fire. Yeah, you have already beaten both of us to that, but I bet if you sent word to that Budman, he might come, Starlight said. I think it was a responsibility to ensure that if he is busy tonight, I don't want to have his babies. Do it as subtly as you can, Skunk Targaryen said. Chronic was playing catch with Artus while he drank wine. Starlight approached him and told him, tonight you entertain me, not the Queen. She's given you to her help. It's quite an honour when you think about it. And with that, it looks like you may also become one of her generals. So treat this experience with a bit of solidarity. Look on Starlight's face after she said it. Chronic stopped and walked over to the Queen. He said, I came for you, not them. Well, I'm still in love with someone else. As much as I want to continue having sex with you, I don't want your children. I want someone else's. Skunk said to Chronic. He looked crestfallen. He's worth what I am not, Chronic said. Why shouldn't I at least go home or leave? That's up to you, but if you don't, there are very available women here with some wishes to treat you, and all I'm saying is it's that you aren't quite what I expected. I don't wish to tell you why, I just don't think that I will be respected lording over you now, and if that changes, I'll let you know. But let me have the choice, please, Skunk said. Chronic walked over to Starlight and whispered in her ear, sweet nothings. She smiled and led him out of the party. As for Artus, he was chewing on a cup and was now the main source of entertainment. All of a sudden, Delirium walked in and joined the women. Skunk moved to question her about her life. The thing is, Delirium had a very hidden life. None of the slaves even said anything. She held a drink that she had acquired from the table. So you join us because we are women, or because nothing happens round here? I was passing to get a drink and to muse at your guard swamp dragon. It's bizarre how it eats such tasking food. Just as the women were taking seats, Paranoia said, Okay, ladies, we have quite a treat for you tonight. We have a fashion show. End of part 2.